I did want to take just a moment to review order of operations, just in case you forgot. And I rewrote it here and wanted to remind you that the P stands for parentheses. The E is exponents. The M and the D are multiplication and division. And I put them together because they are equal. You decide which one comes first based on working left to right, which one comes first in the expression. And lastly, addition and subtraction. And they are also equal or level. All right, so we're going to just practice a few order of operations expressions that do involve exponents. All right, so let's start with this first one here. Out of all the things that we have addition, we have multiplication, and we have an exponent. So we know right away that exponents come before both of those. So that would be 3 to the 4th power first. 3 to the 4th power is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 81. And then we have multiplication that's going to come next. So 81 times 2 comes before adding. That's 162. And now I can add. My very last step is to add 3 plus 162, which is 165. All right, this next one, there are no parentheses. So let's do exponents first. 3 to the 3rd power would be 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. 8 to the 2nd power is 64. 8 times 8. Now I'm left with subtraction and division. Division, of course, comes first. So 64 divided by 2 is 32. And my last step is to subtract. 27 minus 32, and that is -5. Okay, this one, we have an exponent, and then we have that opposite symbol out in front. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that negative symbol or opposite symbol, and then I'm going to write the parentheses 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. 5 to the 4th power. So 5 to the 4th power is 625. And that symbol on the outside means opposite of. So my answer is negative 625. Okay. The next one is a fraction, and it has a negative symbol with the fraction inside the parentheses. So that means that it's like a magnet. -1/3 times -1/3 times -1/3. I already know that my answer is negative, so I'm going to go ahead and put the negative symbol there. Now I'm going to multiply the numerators of the fractions. 1 times 1 times 1 is just 1. Now I'm going to multiply the denominators. 3 times 3, which is 9, times 3 again, which is 27. So the answer is -1/27. And I'm writing it here because we were running out of room there. Okay, then we have one with these little lines on the outside. Just in case you forgot what those little lines mean, that's absolute value. Absolute value is the distance from a number to 0 on the number line. So absolute value is always going to result in a positive number. All right, so let's follow order of operations. 3 to the 3rd power is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. But then we have this negative here, the opposite of that. So because 3 to the 3rd power is a positive 27, but I've got that opposite, it becomes -27. So now I'm going to divide. Negative 27 divided by positive 27 is negative 1. The absolute value of negative 1 is positive 1. And lastly, we have subtraction, we have exponents, and we have multiplication. So exponents are going to come first. 2 to the 5th power is 32. So 9 minus 32 times 0.5. Multiplication comes before subtraction. So I need to multiply 32 times 0.5, and I get 16. So that is 16. So now I'm going to do 9 minus 16, which is going to be a negative 7. I hope that most of this was a review and that I helped to remind you of a few things you may have forgotten about exponents or about order of operations.